and ultimately ended with the arrest here last week, March of 2024. This was a multi-jurisdictional investigation into high-valued Dodge vehicles, which included TRX trucks, Hellcats, and Scat Pack Edition Chargers. This involved multiple suspects breaking into the Union Pacific Automotive facility located here in Port Allen. This location services the southern region for Dodge vehicles, including the high-value models that are waiting the transportation to the dealerships. These vehicles are brought in via rail and offloaded into a secure lot. A part of this process and prior to this incident, key fobs were left inside of the vehicles. However, this process has since changed. March 26 of 2023. The investigation started with the theft of 2 Ram 1500 TRX Hellcats and an attempted theft of a GMC pickup truck. This particular truck was used to crash through the rear gate of the train entrance of this particular facility. The suspects were able to leave with 2 Hellcats, which were both recovered, one in Miami Beach, Florida, and one in Jefferson Parish. Arrests were made in both of these. March 29, 2023, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office made an arrest on a Keelan McGee and recovered one of the previously mentioned vehicles, which was the TRX truck. On April 5th of last year, Miami Beach recovered the second vehicle and made an arrest later that day on a Dion Roberts. Miami Beach responded to a disturbance where the girlfriend advised law enforcement that this particular vehicle was stolen, and that's how they arrived in Miami with this vehicle. The vehicle was impounded by Miami Beach Police Department, and the suspect later attempted to get this vehicle out of impound with counterfeit documents. July 27th of 2023, a Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat was stolen from a Denham Springs dealership. Investigations were led by the Denham Springs Police Department. The vehicle was later recovered approximately 12 hours later in New Orleans and recovered by NOPD. No arrests were made at this time in the incident, but as a result of the investigation, detectives learned that only 1 key fob was delivered to this particular dealership. At this time, our detectives learned that on July 23rd, an incident took place at the Port Allen Auto Facility. During inventory of this vehicle in New Orleans, investigators got an alert that there was an Apple AirTag inside of this vehicle. The AirTag was recovered. Search warrant identified that the AirTag belonged to a Keelan McGee and who had registered the device. Additionally, video surveillance was available and obtained that showed 3 suspects grinding on the rear gate of this facility and also used an older model vehicle that was within the facility to attempt to break through the gates by attaching chains to this truck. Continuing in the month of July of 2023, the Louisiana State Police was notified about an AirTag located in a vehicle at a dealership in Slidell, Louisiana, and also in Metairie. Additionally, suspects arrived at the Metairie dealership later that day and asked to see this particular vehicle that the AirTag was in. Now keep in mind the AirTag had already been notified and removed. July 27th, 2023, a vehicle was purchased in Harvey. However, on August 23rd, 2023, the owner was alerted that an AirTag was in this vehicle. The AirTag was recovered by the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. All 4 of these AirTags in the July incidents were connected to a Keelan McGee. During this time, Union Pacific Railroad Police provided a list of vehicles that were missing key fobs. Additionally, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office was alerted to the name of Keelan McGee as he was a prior suspect due to his previous arrest that occurred on March 29th of 23 when he was in possession of that stolen TRX Hellcat. December 3rd, 2023. Our agency was notified by security at the Port Allen Auto Facility stating that 2 subjects had entered the rear gate where a new vehicle within the lot had been occupied by suspects and that they currently were stuck on the railroad tracks. It is suspected that the suspects were attempting to steal the vehicle but were unsuccessful. During this phase of the investigation, at least 12 key fobs were reported stolen. They were reported stolen and missing by the dealerships, along with current vehicles located at the auto facility. Additionally, 4 air tags were located inside vehicles, one of those being here in Port Allen that had not yet been shipped out. That particular air tag was registered to a Dion Roberts, and the other air tag was located at the dealership in Denham Springs. Louisiana State Police were notified of 2 additional air tags in vehicles in Slidell. One was found at a dealership, and one was found after it was purchased, and the owner was alerted that the air tag was in the vehicle. And this particular vehicle was a Jeep Grand Wagoneer, which is a little off of what the SRT Chargers and the Dodge vehicles that they were going for. These 2 air tags that Louisiana State Police were notified about were registered to Dion Roberts. December 11th, investigation revealed that multiple suspects visited the dealership in Denham Springs and in Baton Rouge. The East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office responded to a burglary in progress where 2 subjects were seen walking inside the facility. Upon arrival of the deputies, 3 subjects were seen fleeing on foot, but ultimately were not apprehended that night. It's also important to note that vehicles from the Port Allen Auto Facility were recently delivered to both of these locations, the one in Denham Springs and in Baton Rouge. January 10th of this year, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office was notified by a dealership regarding missing key fobs and air tags that were located. These air tags were registered to Ashante Bradley. The following day, January 11th, Union Pacific Railroad Police inventoried vehicles and found an air tag in a vehicle that was missing a key fob. This particular air tag was registered to a Dion Roberts. January 13th, security personnel at the Port Allen Auto Facility notified our agency regarding an attempted theft of a vehicle. This vehicle attempted to run through the main security gate, causing damage to the vehicle. The suspect was unsuccessful and backs the vehicle up, and the vehicle becomes disabled. The suspect exits the vehicle and flees on foot and was not apprehended that night. Deputies did observe a vehicle in the area, and our deputies were able to identify a female driver named Kelsey Smith. Ms. Kelsey Smith was also later arrested within this investigation. Just after the incident, Union Pacific Railroad Police determined that 3 key fobs were missing. Additionally, an air tag was located inside of another vehicle. January 15th of this year, Lafayette Police Department began investigating a theft of a motor vehicle from a local dealership. This vehicle was tied to the Port Allen Auto Facility, and according to the inventory sheet, this vehicle was delivered with a missing key fob. Currently, this vehicle is still missing and is stolen. It is a 2023 Dodge Charger, black and white in color. March 19th, the suspects entered the Port Allen Auto Facility where our uniform patrol deputies were notified and responded. Deputies were unable to locate suspects and our vehicles. This same night, suspects were traveling back to Jefferson Parish when they had a tire blowout on I-10 in Ascension Parish. Ashante Bradley, the girlfriend of Keelan McGee, drives to Ascension Parish to pick up the suspects. Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office was able to identify all suspects in this vehicle, with an additional suspect being identified at this time as Jaquan Price. On Thursday, March 21st, 2024, arrest warrants, search warrants were simultaneously executed within Jefferson Parish and Lafourche Parish, which resulted in the following: 6 arrests, including the search of 4 residences in Jefferson Parish and 1 in Lafourche Parish. 19 key fobs, were located. Additionally, grinders, burglary tools, including 3 additional air tags, were located. 2 of those air tags were registered to McGee, and initial information indicates that this last air tag is registered to a Joseph Parker Jr. Additionally, as a result of the search warrants, evidence of other crimes was discovered within those jurisdictions. These local jurisdictions are handling any additional charges.